Welcome to Napoleon Hill Mastermind Journeys. I am your guide through the timeless wisdom that has transformed millions of lives across generations. Today, you will discover the most dangerous trap that keeps 99% of people locked in mediocrity, the deadly habit of waiting for permission. In the next transformative minutes, you will learn the 8 immutable laws that separate the extraordinary from the ordinary. You will understand why hesitation is the silent killer of dreams and how the most successful individuals in history moved without anyone's blessing. By the end of this journey, you will possess the mental framework to break free from the chains of approval seeking and step into your true power. But this journey goes deeper than surface motivation. Today, you'll uncover the psychological mechanisms that keep humans trapped in cycles of delay and doubt. You'll learn how the brain's survival programming works against achievement and how to reprogram it for success. You will discover the hidden costs of seeking permission, costs no one talks about. The erosion of self-trust, the weakening of intuition, and the gradual surrender of personal authority. This is not mere motivation. This is transformation. This is your moment to stop being the one who waits and become the one who commands. But I must warn you, once you understand these principles, you can never unknow them. You will be forever changed and forever responsible for acting on what you now understand. Are you ready to claim what is already yours? Are you prepared to face the uncomfortable truth about why you've been waiting? The comfortable lie says, preparation is wisdom, approval is prudent, waiting is strategic. The uncomfortable truth, these are elaborate forms of self-sabotage, sophisticated ways of avoiding the risk of actually living your potential. Today, we shatter those illusions and we replace them with the raw power of authentic action. Law 1. The commanding presence. Why leaders move first. The world belongs to those who act before they are asked. Throughout history, every empire, every fortune, every breakthrough came from individuals who refused to wait for the world's permission. They moved when others hesitated. They spoke when others whispered. They built when others planned. They dared when others deliberated. But why does this pattern repeat through the ages? Because the world respects what you respect about yourself. When you wait for permission, you signal that you do not trust your own judgment. When you seek approval, you announce that others' opinions matter more than your own convictions. The world takes you at your own estimation. Did Edison wait for permission to light the world? When experts said the incandescent bulb was impossible, he didn't seek their approval. He sought their error. Did Henry Ford ask for approval before putting America on wheels? He was ridiculed, called impractical, called crazy. But Ford possessed something greater than approval. He possessed unwavering conviction. Andrew Carnegie, a Scottish immigrant with nothing but burning ambition. He didn't wait for elite society to accept him. He built an empire that demanded acknowledgement. Because the world does not make room for the timid, it bows to the bold. When you act first, you become a force of nature. The universe has no choice but to rearrange itself around your movement. This is not arrogance. It is spiritual law in motion. Charles Schwab didn't catch Carnegie's attention with credentials. He caught it through decisive action. Opportunity whispers, and only those already moving can hear its voice. The average person waits for perfect conditions, but perfection is a myth, a mirage. The successful understand. Readiness is not a prerequisite for action. It is the result of action. Every expert was once a beginner. Every master once a disaster. Every leader once lost. They didn't start with superior conditions, they started. Declare it now with every fiber of your being. I no longer ask if I may act. I act, and the world adjusts. But know this, once you make this declaration, everything changes. Your old excuses will dissolve. Your old patterns will resist. Your old circle might shrink. This is the price of awakening. You can never go back to sleep. The time for waiting has ended. Your moment to command has begun. Law 2. The speed of decision. Why delay destroys dreams. Every moment you postpone action, you send a message to your subconscious mind. I am not ready. And your subconscious, always obedient, responds by keeping you unprepared. This is the vicious cycle that traps millions in perpetual preparation without progress. They become professional students of success, but never practitioners of greatness. Delay is not neutral. It is destructive. Each postponement weakens your resolve, dims your vision, and strengthens the voice of doubt. That brilliant idea you had last month, it becomes foggy. That opportunity that felt urgent last week, now it's just another passing thought. That dream that once made your heart race has become a casual fantasy. A comfortable but lifeless fantasy. A comfortable, no one talks about this hidden cost of delay. It doesn't just postpone your dreams, it slowly kills them. The masters of achievement understand this. Speed of decision beats perfection of planning. Henry Ford didn't wait for approval. He didn't wait for the perfect plan. He moved on incomplete information and refined through action. Because perfection is the enemy of progress. Every breakthrough follows the same path: decision, action, or adjustment, repetition. The man who waits for full certainty will wait forever. Knowledge comes from books, but wisdom comes from action. Your subconscious mind respects decisive movement. Every time you act quickly on a good idea, you strengthen your inner command. Every time you delay, you teach yourself to hesitate. Which habit are you reinforcing today? The human brain is wired for survival, not success. It prefers the known mediocrity to the unknown magnificence. It disguises fear as logic. Procrastination is prudence. Hesitation is careful consideration. But don't be fooled. In today's world, the greatest risk is not taking risks. The most dangerous decision is the decision to delay. While you wait for the perfect moment, others are creating it. While you seek more information, others are gaining experience. From this moment forward, when you recognize an action aligned with your definite chief aim, execute it immediately. Do not over-discuss, do not over-research, do not over-consult. Trust the burning desire within you. Move with the speed of conviction. Your first instinct is often your best instinct. It comes from a place of knowing beyond thinking. Remember this truth. The world forgives mistakes, but it never forgives weakness. The man who acts imperfectly but quickly can correct his course. The man who waits for perfect timing, he stays where he is, while opportunity walks by. Perfection is a moving target, and it gets smaller the more you chase it. Excellence, however, is achieved through repeated imperfect actions, improved over time. Declare this aloud. Let it vibrate in your chest. I do not delay. I declare. I do not consult fear. I override it. Let this be your rallying cry. Let it be the battle hymn that silences hesitation. Because in a world that waits, you will be the one who moves. Law 3, breaking the chains, freedom from others' approval. The need for permission is the invisible prison that holds most people captive their entire lives. From childhood, you were conditioned to wait. Wait your turn, wait to be called on, wait for someone to tell you that you're finally ready. But this conditioning was never meant to make you powerful. It was meant to make you manageable. It created a world full of followers, not leaders. A society of people waiting for permission instead of writing their own authority. Every gatekeeper in every industry benefits from this mindset. They convince you that access must be granted, not created. They thrive on your hesitation. They grow stronger from your dependence. But here's the truth. They don't want you to know. Most doors are not locked, they're simply closed, waiting for someone bold enough to push them open. Every time you ask, may I, instead of declaring, I will, you give away a piece of your power. Every time you wait for a green light, you diminish your own authority. When you seek permission, you make your dreams dependent on someone else's mood, timeline, or approval. Most of those in power have no incentive to help you rise. They benefit from keeping ambition small and competition silent. What must you do? You must adopt a revolutionary mindset. I no longer beg, I enter. I no longer knock, I walk through. This is not arrogance. It is the highest form of self-respect. When your mission is clear, when your desire to serve is real, when your aim is definite, you do not need validation. Your execution validates your mission. Look at history. Steve Jobs didn't ask for permission from the computer industry. He built the future and the world adjusted. Oprah didn't wait for a seat at the table. She built her own platform. Elon Musk didn't wait for NASA's approval. He launched, and the industry followed. They didn't move with consensus. They moved with conviction. They created value, and the world had no choice but to notice. You've been told you need credentials, connections, approval, but most of the time those are just sophisticated excuses. Your only true requirement is burning desire backed by persistent action. Everything else is flexible. The system was designed to slow you down, to make you believe you are not enough until someone says you are. But while you're chasing qualifications, others are building outcomes. While you're getting ready, others are getting results. While you're seeking permission, others are creating momentum. Now write down every dream you've postponed while waiting for approval, every opportunity missed, every idea buried. Then destroy that list with your action. Start today. The world is not waiting for another permission seeker. It is hungry for someone who moves with authentic authority, who creates real value, who solves meaningful problems without asking if they're allowed to. That person is you. But only if you claim it. Only if you stop waiting and start granting yourself the authority you were born with. You are not here to wait. You are not here to whisper. You are here to command, to create, to lead. Law 4. Conquering the inner enemy, silencing the voice of doubt. The most dangerous battle you will ever face is not against external obstacles. It is against the voice in your own mind that whispers, "Wait, be careful. What if you fail? What if you're not good enough? What if they judge you?" That voice may sound reasonable, even wise, but it is not your wisdom. It is the accumulated fear of others who abandon their own dreams. That voice was not born with you. It was planted. Planted by teachers who never risked, by parents who never built, by friends who never soared. Their fear became your pattern. Their limitation became your mindset. But here is the liberating truth. What was programmed can be reprogrammed. The voice of doubt is not your voice. It is an echo from others, living in your head. It wears the mask of logic. It acts like caution, but it exists to keep you small. It builds your prison while pretending to protect you. That voice feeds on hesitation. It survives on pause. But you have a weapon. You have movement. Bold action is the antidote. Every morning, you have a decision. Will you listen to the voice of limitation, or will you speak the voice of power? Declare your definite chief aim out loud, with full conviction, so loud that it drowns out every whisper of doubt. This is not positive thinking. It is mental domination. You must rule your mind, not obey it. Abraham Lincoln did not wait to feel certain. He led through chaos with purpose stronger than fear. Winston Churchill did not wait to be free of doubt. He acted through it. He moved while others froze. Create this daily ritual. Look in the mirror each morning and say, "I am the one who commands. I am the one who moves. I am the one who does not wait." Say it like a law. When doubt comes up, do not argue with it. Arguments feed it. Instead, act. Take a single step forward, because movement breaks the spell of hesitation. The voice of doubt will change its shape. It will pretend to be wisdom. It will call itself logic. But ask yourself, does this voice serve my definite chief aim? If the answer is no, move anyway. You are training your mind every day. Each action tells your subconscious who is in charge. When you act despite doubt, you build command. When you hesitate, you give that command away. You must choose who leads. Be the commander of your thoughts, not their follower. Be the creator of your state, not its prisoner. The voice of doubt will whisper, but your actions will speak. Law 5, the path of solitude, why great men walk alone. The journey to extraordinary achievement is often lonely, not because you choose isolation, but because you choose transformation. Greatness demands separation, separation from the crowd, from their timelines, from their limited expectations. You must operate at a frequency most people will not understand. Most people wait for companions before they begin. They want agreement, they want support, they want company. But that desire often becomes the very thing that delays their rise. The crowd moves at the speed of the slowest member. It thinks at the level of the most fearful, and it dreams no bigger than the most limited imagination in the room. If you move with the group, you will end up where the group ends up. To transcend the group, you must first separate from it. And that means learning to walk alone. Not forever, but long enough to build the strength to lead. When you walk alone, you access a different kind of power, not the power of numbers, but the power of conviction. You learn to trust your inner voice, to rely on your own vision. You develop the courage to walk with purpose, even when no one walks with you. John D. Rockefeller built his empire in solitude. His strategies were misunderstood. His pace was faster than the world around him. But that distance, that quiet, that inner direction gave him clarity no committee ever could. Opportunity does not arrive with a crowd. It arrives quietly, and only those walking alone can hear its invitation. When you choose the path of solitude, you choose maturity, you choose self-trust. You move based on what you know, not what others accept. You stop waiting for permission to lead, because no one follows someone who is still asking to be followed. This solitude is not punishment, it is preparation. You are building the character, the clarity, the composure to carry the weight of leadership. You do not walk alone forever, but you must walk alone first. The universe walks with those aligned with purpose. You walk with your definite chief aim. You walk with the legacy of every great mind who rose before you. You are not abandoned. You are becoming. Yes, others may not understand you at first. They may call you arrogant. They may doubt you. They may watch in silence. But when they finally understand your direction, you will already be walking through doors they are still staring at. To lead, you must disappoint some in the short term. You must be willing to be misunderstood by others, to be completely understood by yourself. Declare this with clarity. I walk alone. I walk first. I walk because I was born to lead. This is not pride. This is position. Leadership requires being willing to go without a map, to walk into the unknown, to carry a vision that no one else yet sees. And that path, for a time, will be walked alone. Law 6, Universal Support, How Infinite Intelligence Responds to Bold Action. The universe operates by law, precise, invisible, spiritual law. And one of the most powerful is this: infinite intelligence responds not to need, but to certainty. It does not move for those who beg. It moves for those who believe. It aligns not with desperation, but with determination. It does not rush to save the uncertain. It serves those who move with unwavering faith. This law is misunderstood by millions. People pray, hope, and plead, but they remain uncertain inside. They do not act like someone who is ready to receive, and so the universe does not respond. It is not cruelty. It is consistency. When you move with boldness, when you speak your definite chief aim with power, you begin to activate a force that cannot be summoned by words alone. This is not magic. This is mental causation. Thought, backed by desire, expressed through decisive action, repeated with persistence, becomes a blueprint. The universe begins to follow. But this force, like all laws, responds only to energy, and energy is shown through movement, not begging, not waiting, not hoping. Charles Schwab didn't wait for an invitation. He acted boldly, and Carnegie recognized his readiness. Schwab didn't ask for a role. He claimed it through demonstration. That's what attracted support. The universe is always listening, but it tests you first. Every challenge asks, how badly do you want it? Every delay asks, will you persist? Every detour asks, are you committed? When you respond with bold action, the doors begin to open, not because you knocked, but because you kept walking until they had no choice. The universe respects conviction. Your definite chief aim must not feel like hope. It must feel like law. Speak it each morning and evening. Move through the day as if its achievement is already scheduled. Live from the destination, not the doubt. This is not pretending. This is preparation. You act from the reality you are building, not the one you are escaping. And in doing so, you attract people, resources, and timing that align with your certainty. The universe is not impressed by doubt. It is moved by those who act as if the outcome is inevitable. And when it sees that energy, it responds, not with miracles, but with momentum. This momentum shows up as insight, as synchronicity, as opportunity, but it only arrives after you move. It rewards action, not intention. There is a difference between hoping and knowing. Hope is passive, knowing is active. Hope waits, knowing moves. Declare this now, with full conviction. I move as if it is already mine. I speak with the voice of certainty. I act with the energy of inevitable success. Let this guide every choice, because when you embody the result, you attract the result. Law 7. The ultimate responsibility. Why no one is coming to save you. The most liberating and terrifying truth you will ever hear is this: no one is coming to rescue you. No mentor will hand you the key. No opportunity will shout loud enough to wake you up. No one is assigned to fund your dream. No one is obligated to discover your potential. The hero you've been waiting for is you, and the time to act is now. This is not cruel, it is empowering. Because once you accept that your transformation depends only on your own actions, you gain total control over your future. No more waiting for validation, no more hoping for permission. I did not learn this from theory, I learned it from pain. For years I believed that if I worked hard enough, someone would notice. Someone would come and lift me up, give me a chance. But no one came, and in that moment I understood. The path to greatness is walked alone, at least at the beginning. And that realization changed everything. The fantasy of rescue is one of the most dangerous illusions. It turns you from a creator into a beggar, from an author into a character in someone else's story. The masses wait to be chosen, but the successful choose themselves. They begin without applause, they act without approval, and recognition follows results. When you stop waiting for a savior and start leading yourself, you become unstoppable. You don't need the world to believe in your vision. You need to act on it. That is the power of self-responsibility. This is the dividing line between those who succeed and those who stay stuck. Those who act and those who analyze. Those who build and those who wait. Every great achievement in history began with someone who stopped waiting and started moving with what they had. They built momentum through effort, not perfection. The question is not who will help me. The real question is, how will I help myself? Not what will come to me, but what will I create? Your definite chief aim will not appear by magic. It will be built by your decision, by your hands, by your habits. The skills you need can be learned. The people you need can be found. The resources can be created. But nothing happens until you decide to act. You must move first. Declare it now. I am the one who acts. I am the one who builds. I am the one who creates. I am the one who persists, because I am responsible for the outcome. This is not a burden. It is power. The moment you stop waiting for a savior and start being your own solution, the entire universe shifts. But only after you've moved, only after you've proven that you're committed to saving yourself. Law 8. The moment of truth. Act now or remain forever changed. This is the moment where everything becomes real. All the insight, all the knowledge, all the power you've gained means nothing without one thing: action. You are now standing between two lives, the one you've lived by default and the one you could create by decision. And the difference between them is movement. Preparation time is over. Planning time is finished. Waiting time is gone. Now it's about choice. Do you step forward into the unknown, or do you retreat into the familiar? Do you live what you've learned, or just admire it? This moment will echo into your future. You cannot unknow these truths. You cannot unlearn what now lives in you. You are no longer innocent of the laws of success, and with knowledge comes responsibility. Your definite chief aim is not a dream. It is a reality waiting for your action. Not next week, not next year. Now. Every second you hesitate is a vote for your old identity. Every delay is an agreement with mediocrity. But every bold move is a declaration of who you are becoming. You cannot go back to the person who waited. That person no longer exists. You have outgrown your old excuses. The world doesn't need more people who know. It needs people who do. Not more dreamers, more builders. Not more students of success, more practitioners of greatness. Write down your definite chief aim. Place it where you will see it every morning and night. Read it out loud with conviction, and take one bold action toward it every day. Let this become your ritual, your proof, your declaration. Do not wait for motivation. Act your way into it. Do not wait for courage. Build it through action. Do not wait for confidence. Earn it by showing up. The perfect moment is not coming. It is here. It is this breath, this choice, this second. It is now. Here are the laws you've learned. They are not ideas. They are instructions. They are the tools that build your future. First, move without permission. The world adjusts to boldness. Second, kill delay. Hesitation murders dreams. Third, reject the need for approval. It is a prison. Fourth, silence doubt through movement. Action overcomes fear. Fifth, walk alone when needed. Leaders go first. Sixth, trust infinite intelligence. It responds to certainty. Seventh, take full responsibility. No one is coming. Eighth, act now. This moment is your command center. These laws are yours now. They live inside you, but they only work when you do. You have just experienced a transformation. Whether you fully feel it or not, the person who began this journey and the person who is here now are not the same. You now carry knowledge that most people will never hear. You hold laws that the most successful have used for generations. You possess the blueprint to design a life of power, of purpose, of unstoppable progress. But knowledge alone is not enough. Understanding means nothing without application. Insight is hollow if it's not followed by action. The world will not change because you listened. It will change because you moved, and your life will not shift because of what you know. It will shift because of what you do. This journey continues because there are still millions waiting for permission. Trapped in fear, paralyzed by doubt, stuck in cycles of overthinking, planning, and waiting. If this message changed something in you, you now have a duty. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who has waited too long. Someone whose time has finally come. Subscribe to this channel. Join the mastermind of people who refuse to wait, who refuse to settle, who take the laws of success and apply them daily. And now, your final act of transformation begins in the comments below. Answer this question. What is the one action you have been postponing while waiting for permission? And what will you do about it in the next 24 hours? This is your public commitment and your spark for someone else. Because your courage becomes someone else's inspiration. Your action becomes someone else's permission. The mastermind becomes stronger when each of us rises and reaches back to lift another. Your journey has just begun, but it begins not with hope, it begins with motion. You were not born to be ordinary. You were born to command, to build, to lead, to create, to contribute. Now the only question is, will you act or will you delay? The choice is yours, but remember this, whatever you decide, you are no longer innocent. You are now responsible.